Hi, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. It's time for a weekly track roundup. You know what it is. All of the songs I'm going to be talking about in this video are linked down below. I want to quickly mention before we get into it that the live dates I have coming up at the end of this month, toward the end of this month, August 23rd, 24th, 25th, they are around the corner. They are around the corner. It is coming up soon. Link to tickets down below. We have a cow thing. We have some meme things. We have some serious things. We do a live Let's Argue. It's a good time. It's a good time every time. And hope to see you guys there. Again, link to tickets down below. Also, shout out to the good people who have sponsored this video. Ridge Wallet. They make these nifty, minimalist, metal-plated, sexy-ass wallets that fit nicely in your front pocket. Hit up the link down below. Use promo code MELON to get 10% off of your order. Down there are also our Amazon and Turntable Lab associate links, especially that Turntable Lab link. Use that. Get a colorful pressing of a record we have reviewed on the channel. We get kickback from it. Does not add to your overall price. You get something, we get something. Supports the channel, supports the segment. Now let's start with the worst tracks of the week. No ifs or ands or buts about them. First, starting off with the newest cut from Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. It sort of sounds like a bad fusion of bland psychedelic rock with electronic music as well. It's a bad combo. It's like if Tame Impala had no finesse and very little in the way of songwriting power, and also just had a really big boner for like a Britpop. Don't care for it at all. This new track over here, This Is the Place. Also in the worst tracks, we have Seasick by Ice JJ Fish. This is his new project, but this doesn't make sense. Ice JJ Fish, I Want You. This is in the worst songs category, but it's this doesn't make sense because Ice JJ Fish is the king of R&B. So why would his music be in the worst tracks section? That is confusing. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what managed to cause that, but it is what it is, I guess. Ice JJ Fish, new song and music video out, I Want You. Give it a listen if you want to hear the king of R&B. All right, the mess section, tracks that I didn't think were amazing, but still worth shouting out, still decent, still worth pointing at. First off, we had this new track from Sporting Life of Rat King fame. It is a new song featuring none other than Deem Spencer on vocals. It's a very moody combination of abstract hip-hop and R&B. Song structure-wise, it's a little one-dimensional, but it's a vibe. It's got a vibe. We also have a new track from Dean Blunt and DJ Escrow coming through on the track Pattern VIP. It's another moody, abstract, strange, and experimental bit of hip-hop from the UK artist who I'm hoping to hear more music from very soon. Hopefully something a bit more complete, as this was just a little all over the place, and there was a really weird interlude break point in the midst of it, and then it trailed off into something else. But I would expect nothing less from Dean Blunt, the master of diversion. I do love the man. I do love his music, and it has been too long since we've heard a new strange sonic excursion from Mr. Blunt. And we also have this new track over here from none other than Trippie Redd. And he has a new record out as well this week. This one over here continues to trail down the emo rap trend that Trippie Redd has partially defined himself by. As a trap rapper, I see him as kind of versatile. There are points where he's not exactly coming out with tracks of this style, but this does happen to be one of the moodier, more ballad-like tracks that he's dropped, featuring some very sparkly, sad guitars hanging in the background, a pretty emotive lead vocal. Not his best song in this style, but certainly not one of his worst. Snakeskin is the name of this new one over here. We also have the new Tool single, new Tool track intro to their latest full-length album, I believe, Fear Inoculum. And I gave a full-length track review of this over on the Fantano channel. You can check it out over there if you want to hear more in-depth views, because it is a long track with a lot of characteristics to it. To sum it up a little bit, though, I thought that the production on it was a little too clean. I thought that the writing was a little too average and by the numbers for Tool. Like, there wasn't really a whole lot in terms of anything new or risky in terms of the drums or guitar work. I did like some of the strange chants that Maynard brought into the fold. I did like some of the lyrics. I thought that some of the hand percussion brought in on the mystical intro was kind of cool. And I thought that maybe the best characteristic of the track is that the band's chemistry together, still to this day, sounds fantastic. It is a 10-minute song, and it is engaging for the duration of those 10 minutes because they play together so well. They build up such a nice intensity along the progression of the track. So they're playing together really well. Performance is great. Production, I think, could be better. Writing could be more interesting. Hoping for something a bit more fiery with the next tracks on this record. And I'm hoping for an album that isn't just simply like, we're going to do exactly what Tool fans want us to do. No, Tool has challenged their fan base with each new album. I would not like for Tool to just play to expectations on this new LP. I want to hear something refreshing from one of the most unique bands in alternative metal. Moving on from there, we have this new track from H.E.R, an experimental R&B artist through the Top Dog Entertainment label, who I'm not super crazy about. I thought that his last album was pretty mediocre. However, in terms of song structure, I thought that this new track over here, Hair Down, featuring Kendrick Lamar, was one of the best that he's put out so far. Still, I think the vocals are pretty underwhelming, and the Kendrick feature is not one of the best I've ever heard, but again, I would argue this is a noticeable improvement upon what H.E.R's last album offered. Rico Nasty has come through with a remix of the track Welcome to the Party. She is absolutely brutal on this track. Those growled, disgusting, and aggressive, in-your-face screams that Rico is known for make a return on this track on a pretty, I don't know, a dark party song. I do like the hook, and I do like the instrumental on this track quite a bit. It was kind of a wise for her to pull this song out of the ether and remix it, in my view. Moving on from there, we have a new track from Pixies. Yes, they are still plugging away, still making new music, even though much of it has not been very well received as of late. But this is actually one of the more pleasurable songs, Catfish Kate, that I think I've heard from this new collection of Pixie songs. I thought that the guitar sounded great. I thought that the band sounded super tight. I thought that the tune of the song was really good too. A few of the lyrics I thought raised some eyebrows, but still, this does not sound as rickety or as just weakly put together as a lot of the band's more recent material. So I don't know. I'm welcoming this as an improvement. So Catfish Kate, Pixies' latest stuff might be on a bit of an uptick, possibly. Oh, excuse me. Skip too fast. We have a new track from Pharmakon as well, in death industrial experimental music noise artist Pharmakon. This one has some very cartoonish, strange, freaky vocals on top, an abrasive instrumental as you would expect from Pharmakon. It's edited down for a single format, pretty much. Give it a shot, give it a try. Spit It Out is the title of it. If you like your music strange and left field, on the fringe, try it. We also have this new track from OCs as well, who are gearing up for a new album release. A lot of you guys might know this band as a group that fuses elements of psych rock and punk and garage rock, but this song over here, Captain Loosely, is a several-minute, somewhat noisy, strange ambient piece. Unlikely for the band. Wasn't super crazy about it, but I imagine it could sound really interesting shoulder to shoulder with other tracks in their forthcoming album. We also have this track Mercedes Marxist by the UK punk band known as Idols. This song has been out a while. I've known about this track for quite a while. It's been out since May, I think, but I wanted to shout it out again here because it is attached to an absolutely genius music video that I think you guys should absolutely check out. You should absolutely check it out. All right, moving on from there, Gatecreeper, the death metal band known as Gatecreeper, new album on the way. Boiled Over is the name of the track. Buzzsaw heavy death metal guitars, pounding drums, growled vocals. It's nasty as hell. It's straightforward and beats you in the face like a metalcore song, but it's still very much a death metal track. Give it a shot if you like your death metal pretty straightforward and gruesome and hard-hitting, brutal. Moving on from there, we have this track from Cody Ko. Shout out to Cody Ko, Watermelon Party. Watermelon Party. It's a sad trap song about a watermelon party. All right, and we also have this new track from the band known as Battles, who I've covered on the channel quite a few times before. Titanium Two-Step featuring Sal Principato is the name of this track and the artist on it. It has a very odd groove to it. I think Sal's vocal contributions to the track are kind of freaky, but there is a point where I do think the groove and Sal's vocals do get a little repetitive. There isn't enough variation across the length of the song, but I don't know. I'm still holding out hope for this new Battles album, even though I thought their last full-length record was a little underwhelming. Still looking forward to hearing one of the most creative bands in rock music come through with something colorful, angular, groovy, and off the wall. So shout out to Battles, new album on the way. Also, we have another song from Bat for Lashes. New record on the way also. If you love electropop, make sure that you're listening to Bat for Lashes. The Hunger is the name of this new track. It's very moody, spacey ballad with a pretty consistent groove. Bat for Lashes, always bringing those moody electropop vibes. And let's get into the tracks I thought were the best tracks this week. The best tracks this week. Let's go. Okay, this one was a surprise. Uniform and the Body, Not Good Enough. So Uniform and the Body, two of the harsher music acts out there currently, have a new collaborative album on the way. And this new song over here fuses elements of noise and industrial and dark wave, and I like the vocals quite a bit. It's a very nasty, brutal track that is catchy yet unforgiving. Give it a shot. It's lovely, but also hideous. Moving on from there, singer-songwriter Richard Dawson came out with a track last week, new record on the way. I praised his music on that Peasant album that I reviewed not too long ago. I missed this song, talking about it now. And I actually love that this track brings together elements of rock music and lo-fi music, very distorted lo-fi music, with his typical folk songwriting. The lyrics are much more a product of modernity than the lyrics on his last full-length album, which very much were a reflection of, I don't know, more medieval era, I guess. So if Richard Dawson is still a relatively new artist to you, and you got turned onto him through that Peasant album, don't allow the change in pace on this new track over here to shock you or anything. Richard Dawson has been coming out with music for a long time, and that Peasant record is just one chapter in his ongoing career, and it seems like he's taking off and doing something different while still staying in those experimental lo-fi and folk music camps. Give this track a shot. Loved it. Jogging. All right, we also have this track over here, Pollinator, Mothball Deities is the name of the record. Just now finding out about this band, got turned on to them through a suggestion in my inbox. I See You is the name of it. There is a huge, I want to say, grunge influence going on with this track, alternative rock influence going on in this track, but the writing is kind of ambitious. There are elements of it that remind me of Nirvana. There are elements of it that remind me of radio, like early Radiohead, 90s Radiohead a little bit, not like debut album Radiohead, maybe some Ben's OK Computer era Radiohead a little bit. So fusing those together, adding some other extra creative elements, and voila, I think I heard one of the best rock songs of the week, frankly. So shout out to Pollinator. Going to be looking forward to what the band is doing in the future. Also, we have the new Megan Thee Stallion single that we have been waiting for quite a while. Megan Thee Stallion has been riding this hot girl summer branding for a while now, and it's only going to be a matter of time, or only was a matter of time, until we were going to get a hot girl summer single. Her and Nicki Minaj connected not too long ago, and now Nicki has pretty much come on to this track with Megan, with Dolla $ign, and I don't know, it's a summery pop trap banger. I like it. It's good. It's fun. Hot girl summer and I'm gonna hit a lick. Dolla $ign hook is snappy. Megan's good. Nicki's good. They both have a similar rap style that just complements one another. So yeah, just a win-win-win all around. Good single, catchy song. I'm sure it will be playing out loud for the rest of the summer, of what there is left of the summer. We have this new track over here, Looking for America, from Miss Lana Del Rey. Thought this one was a very moody, enjoyable ballad. Like the chord progression, I thought Lana's vocals were a little more expressive than usual. I have been enjoying a bit more of Lana's recent work than I was her past stuff, like her first couple of albums. So, pleased to hear Lana continuing in a direction where I don't know, she's just dropping more compelling material, in my view. Of course, it's a very dreamy, slow, dreary, downtrodden song. We would expect no less from Lana. Looking for America, enjoying it. We have a new track from Katy Perry, which is... It's weird that I've enjoyed quite a bit the past two Katy Perry singles. The last one with that EDM style instrumental with a bit of an 80s throwback woven in was great. I think one of her best tunes in a long time. This new one over here, Small Talk, I thought that the lyrics of this track, the idea, the framing of it was really refreshing and cool. The idea of being in this relationship for so long that you love each other, you've gone through that puppy love phase, and now you've in a way become strangers again. You've once again hit this point where you're just making small talk, and it's like you don't really know each other anymore, which is in era of relationships that a lot of pop music doesn't exactly cover, and not in a way that is compelling as it is covered in this new Katy Perry track. I thought that her vocals and the instrumental were relatively solid too. Hook was good. Music video was flirty and fun and a little tongue-in-cheek, if that counts for anything. So yeah, dug the new Katy Perry single. Katy, with her new singles, is 2 for 2, in my view. So, hell yeah to that. We have this also, new track from Igloo Ghost, collaborating with Whiston, who I've covered on the channel before, and also BABii, an artist who I'm just now, I think, getting familiar with, BABii. Lockii is the name of this new track over here. It is a strange, electronic, otherworldly, from another planet banger. We would expect no less from Igloo Ghost. That is what he does. And I think that having two other collaborators in the mix on this track does add a lot of elements that you wouldn't typically expect from one of his songs. And this track is quite clear, I think, as well, quite well organized for an Igloo Ghost song. So yeah, digging this track quite a bit. Liking this collaborative. Would love to hear Igloo continue to cross paths with other artists and producers into the future. We also have this new track from none other than EPROM and G. Jones, Demon Veil. And it is a freaky mix of dubstep, of drum and bass, of, I would say, various forms of abstract electronic music. It is absolutely nuts. It is unapologetically a banger. Yes, of course, but it is loaded with completely indescribable changes. It is difficult to get a hold of and yet has a very consistent groove and lots of logical progression and flow to it. It's a really impressive track. For as short as it is, it packs a lot of punch and it packs a lot of ideas into a very short amount of time. So digging this quite a bit. We also have this amazing, immaculate new song from none other than DRAM, featuring Watt and also H.E.R. This is a gorgeous, amazing ballad. This is a powerhouse of a song, guys. This is a powerhouse of a song. Instrumental immaculate. H.E.R.'s appearance is great. Watt's guitar is great. The songwriting is top-notch. DRAM is more impressive vocally than ever. And yeah, I'm just absolutely loving this ballad. I'm just loving this tune. It is so sensual. It is so lovely. I can't say enough nice things about it, so I will move on to the next track because this is great. Do not miss out on this song. If you listen to one goddamn song in this whole series of songs I'm recommending to you, make it this song because it's that good. It is that sexy. Give it a shot. We also have an artist from a track who I'm just recently becoming acquainted with. The name of this track is Chiquita. Cassius Cruz is the name of the artist. Now, I'm not very familiar with Cruz's discography, so I can't confirm if the rest of Cruz's music sounds this way. But what I can say is that this new song over here is like a strange combination of, I don't know what, like abstract left field pop rap and Latin music, but it's also kind of lo-fi, and the vocals are very odd. However, it's incredibly compelling and enjoyably weird and sweet to the ear in a way once you've kind of gotten past the weirder elements of it. I think I'm just going to be looking forward to more tracks from this artist because I thought this was pretty cool and not much attention on it so far. So, you know, if you're looking for something totally different, something that not a lot of people are on right now, give this a shot, give it a try, because for as obscure as it certainly was stand out to me. All right, also, Brockhampton are back with a new single, If You Pray Right. This one is so much better than their last single. Oh God, is it so much better. I'm loving the sort of marching band horn samples, instrumentation woven into the beat. Everyone's flow, everyone's verse was fantastic. The hook was poppin'. Kevin was good. Matt was good. Merlin was good. Joba was good. Dom was good. Everyone was good on the track. Production was great. Song structure, solid. It sounded quirky. It sounded playful. It sounded fun. It sounded a little emotional. It sounded catchy. This is everything I enjoy in Brockhampton's music, distilled into a new track that's doing something a little different, angled a little different. So shout out to Brockhampton for coming through with another solid song, and just keeping anticipation and excitement high for the new record when that does end up dropping. So If You Pray Right, digging it, loving it. New good track. We have this new track from Blueface, Disrespectful. It's it's a somewhat offbeat banger with, of course, those glistening pianos, that West Coast groove that Blueface usually brings to the table, and nasty, disrespectful tone and lyrics. That's Blueface for you. That's Blueface, totally unforgiving individual. Blueface getting real disrespectful on this new track, on this new single. Also, we have Ariel Pink coming out with a few unreleased tracks. He has a new archival project on the way. The name of this one over here is Stray Here With You, which is incredibly fun. If you love a lot of Ariel's earlier, more playful, more lo-fi pop works, then you're going to dig on this track quite a bit, because it's in that classic kind of style, heavily and obviously influenced by the likes of R. Stevie Moore. Give it a shot, give it a try, give it a go. It's very good. And that has been the weekly track roundup, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. You're the best, you're the best, you're the best, you're the best. I love you. And we'll catch you in the next one. Remember, all of the tracks that I talked about in this video linked down below for you to try, along with the good people over at The Ridge, along with tickets to the upcoming shows on the East Coast in Massachusetts, New York, CT. We will see you there. Anthony Fantano, weekly track roundup, forever.